and welcome to the Turnbuckle Talk Podcast with your host, the hiredgun. First, like, subscribe, share. How you guys doing, y'all? So, I was gonna get into Monday Night Raw last night, but it's something else I gotta get into first, because Ric Flair's been talking. He's been he's been talking a whole lot, and I said this before about Ric Flair. We didn't hear this last year, right? Or I tell you what, we haven't heard him talk about his title reign and how many he has in years, and maybe I mean in years, I mean he's never talked about how many he really has. He's never talked about like he hasn't bitched about it in years, or he's never said how many title reigns do he have. Now it could be in the 20s, it could be in yeah, it could be in the 20s, right? Now, mind you, someone back in the day, one of my homeboys, Jody, said this years ago that WWE is only counting what they want to count. Okay, all right. Now, saying that, he's the only person who was saying that shit. So Flair wasn't saying it, and maybe because he was getting them paychecks, and he was on a WWE Legends deal, and he didn't care, or he was comfortable knowing that no one was gonna beat the 18, right? Or the 17. He was comfortable Cena tying because he didn't think WWE was gonna let Cena break it, right? But this year more than anything, all right. This year more than any time, like yesterday, the day before, today, he's talking about it, you know. And then he made a tweet yesterday about how he's not saying this because of his daughter. Ain't nobody worried about that shit, dog. Like I think I think I think you will want Charlotte to break your record. We're gonna talk about her too. I think you will want her to break your record, Flair, dog. You just don't want Cena to do it. Cause again, you wasn't talking about this shit before. You wasn't deep in your feelings, knee deep in your feelings about this shit before, dog. I like he wasn't last year, and you wasn't 2 years ago. Alright, about this situation. It's just now coming out that, I got more rings than what they say I got. But okay, dog. Even if you do, which I'm gonna say you do, Flair. I'm gonna say you got 23. Don't matter, because whatever the big dogs, the E, the Shields recognize is what you got there. So it don't matter what you got in fucking Guam. It don't matter. Like they're not gonna acknowledge you got 23 or 22, dog, or even 20. Right? Like they not gonna acknowledge that. They never have. They never will. If that was the case, they would acknowledge the Dudleys, which they probably could now, right? Because the E is acknowledging TNA as a company, right? The E is acknowledging TNA as a company, so they probably would tack on. They probably would tack on the Hardys tag team reign and tack on the Dudley's tag team reign because they both won TNA titles, tag team titles. So they probably would acknowledge it more. Right, but Rick, you ain't won nothing in TNA for them to count it. All right, so chill, chill, chill. Like like let's just leave it how it is, dog. Cause nobody care. I care about enough to bring it up, but nobody cares enough to acknowledge it in the E. It's like they not acknowledging them other five rings. Alright? Like you should be happy they're acknowledging Charlotte's NXT World Title reign. You know, as one of her championships. So let me get into Bianca. Bianca. Right quick. So she's in the States, right? She's still getting booed. Alright? Like she got booed last night. Alright? Like like it's just time to turn her heel. Like, and mind you, it probably wasn't the plan to turn her heel. Now Rio was saying that she's wearing black for the last couple of weeks, and maybe that's a sign. Right? It's a sign to him that that that's happening. All right, but for me, the fans want her to be heel. Right? The fans don't care about her being a face because and this is more of a thing because who she's in the ring with. She's in the ring with EO, who's the superstar now, right? And then she's in the ring with Rhea, who's a megastar, who's a megastar. Heel or face, they finna cheer her, all right? And she's a megastar, and Rhea's fine as fuck, and that's all that matters. Like women, kids, and men cheer this shit. They hate that she got a husband and everything. Alright? Alright, and you know, when it comes to Rhea Ripley, the fans don't care about Bianca. Today a boo her. They booed her overseas when they was all overseas, and they booed her last night. Nah, is that gonna keep on happening? Depending on where it's at. Is it gonna happen in Tennessee? No, so that's where she's from. Is it gonna happen in other places, like rowdy places? Now, mind you, let me say this here. They should have did it in SmackDown and see how it would play out in Chicago, because Chicago was a better crowd than Minnesota yesterday. All right, the Minnesota crowd was whatever. All right, but they still booed her. You heard the boos then. You know, and then like let's not let's not forget some of these people. I'm gonna say people. No, fans. Fans wanted Bianca to be a heel since day one. I don't mean day one as in when she first got called up. Nah. When before they said it was before and after they said that it was Naomi that did it. Right? Fans was already saying it should be Bianca, even when it didn't make sense for it to be Bianca. Right? Even when it didn't make sense for it to be her. Even though it couldn't have been her. All right, they were still saying, "Oh, it's Bianca. It's Bianca. It's Bianca. It should be Bianca." All right. I even and then afterwards, all right. Oh, did you see her face? Did you you see how she look? Look how she's talking. It should be her. She should be the leader. All right, and they would say, "Oh, don't." It doesn't matter that she was in the United States title tournament. All right, that's beneath her. All right, she should, you know, she should be the mastermind behind the whole plan. All right, let's turn it heel. Just get it over with because the fans are and then when I say shit like this, right? Oh, the fans don't have no control over that, right? Right? That's what was being said when I was saying what I was saying. That fans want this to happen, and if they don't get what they want, they boo. Like they're booing her. Now they can obviously keep her face, right? And say fuck the fans, right? Like they did with Cena, like they doing with Cody. Well, I am not say Cody because there's a small few that that that's gonna boo Cody and don't like Cody. Small, very small and few, right? Right. But with this Bianca thing, you can hear it. It's everywhere, right? So you might as well just give the fans what they want because the fans are flaky, all right? Because they cheer you on a minute, and then when they don't get what they want, they boo you. And and in this case, Bianca's not going to be the favorite, the fan favorite. She's not. She's not getting cheered. They're cheering EO, Scott, all right? And then they're damn sure cheering Rhea more than either one of them, you know? So Bianca can't win in this. Like Bianca's don't have to be a heel. Now, whether you want to lump her in with Naomi, which is the safe route, because then Naomi can, it hurts Naomi, but it's a safe route then. Because then Naomi can keep taking these ass beat downs because she's not the leader, you know. But again, this wasn't the plan. It wasn't the plan at first for the for Bianca to be a heel. You can tell on how they was planning it out. You can tell that they wanted eventually to have Bianca versus Naomi feud, but that ain't gonna work. Like that's not gonna that's not gonna. It looks like that's not gonna work out. All right, like it looks sorry, y'all. I love reading something. It looked like that's not gonna work out because again, I don't think and again I don't think the react. So I don't think they ever thought she was gonna get this kind of reaction because Triple H did everything right in this situation with Bianca. He didn't want people to get tired of her, so he faded her back a little and had her um tag with Jay. Right, like get her out of the main event scene because he didn't want people to boo her like Charlotte. Right, right. So he Triple H pretty much. Alright, I know how to deal with this. Let me just fade her back some. But it still didn't work because as soon as she won the Royal, not the Royal Rumble, as soon as she won the Elimination Chamber, here come these flaky fans. Oh, why don't you give somebody else a chance? Nobody wants to see Bianca versus Rhea. Right? Alright? Hey, that's what people were saying then. Alright? So now Triple H is he's gonna have to make her a heel. Alright? Or do what he did with the Street Profits and just give her an edgier situation. Like an edgier character. Like that might be the route to go. Because having her as his baby face is not working anymore. Like I'm not saying she don't got fans, right? I'm not saying the favors not like her, the fans are not there because it's obvious they are, right? It's just who she's in the ring with right now that makes it awkward. Not awkward, but it makes it understandable on why she's getting booed. Now, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure Triple H thought it was gonna be balanced more, but it is not, and it would be, and it would be a lot worse if EO wasn't there, right? Right? Because they're not booing EO, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I just think it's time to turn Bianca heel. I I don't know if you don't. Again, I don't know if you lump her with Naomi. I still think Naomi should do some like make her own fashion, like her and Last Legend and Miss Jackson as a few, and then eventually put Bianca with them. All right, or just go ahead and just get it over with. So, but we'll see. So, let me talk about Swerve, who didn't win. Like I don't know how much TNA I'm gonna talk about when it comes to pay per views. Or not even talk about. I don't know if I'm gonna watch another TNA pay per view until the whole John Moxley shit's over with. Him being champ. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it to myself no more. Because this is the second pay per view that they have fucked up the ending for me. You know, and this ain't fantasy booking. Nah, Swerve should be champ right now. So, well, let me talk about Swerve because I haven't talked about this before. I didn't, and I should. I should because it's still wrestling. It's still wrestling a wrestling topic. If I'm talking about Flair, I can talk about Swerve and Boogie T. So Swerve, bro. You know what? Let me give me credit. So I think I did talk about Swerve and Boogie T before. All right, just not a lot of it. Like I do what I usually do, and just talk about it here and there, and brush it off because of what I did. I don't like talking about negative stuff when it comes to black wrestlers, but here we are. So Swerve went on a interview, and I love Swerve. All right, like he's one of my favorite wrestlers. The more he talks, the more I'm put off by him sometimes. All right, and stuff he says, and then when I gotta agree with Boogie T and agree with AJ Francis over Swerve, there's a problem. Okay, there's a there's a problem when I gotta agree with them over him because every time he talks, he he makes it a thing to not push back, but to take a shot at WWE. I or to it makes shit awkward, right? So he had an interview with Vibe. Oh, I interviewed with Vibe last week, and he brought up Boogie T. All right, and now, so some of this, uh, I'm gonna be on Swerve's side with them saying that Swerve overpaid. Nah, whatever they want to pay you, they pay you. So there's that. But for Swerve to bring up the whole Vince saying nigger in front of him, and how that was racist, and how which we already knew it was racist. Okay, like, we already knew that. But to bring it up in the interview because you feel some type of way about Boogie T, it's horseshit. Now, I'm gonna say this: Boogie T response. I like his response better. His response to what I'm gonna talk about. Uh, his second response than his first because Booker T got mad at Swerve for even bringing this up, which it just tells you Booker T feels some type of way about the situation in the first place with Vince saying the N word. All right, so but again, Swerve bringing it up on the interview and not face to face is bush league, bullshit. It's bullshit for him to go that route because even AJ Francis said it. Uh, um, he said it. He said it Monday, yesterday, and he said it again a couple weeks ago. It's easy to say to talk shit about somebody when you like 2 million, like 2,000 miles away, right? Right? It's easy to say shit and talk shit and have beef with somebody when you're like 2 mile, like 2,000 miles away, right? And not face to face, right? Right? Because that's what Swerve is pretty much doing. Anything Swerve says, he says it when he's nowhere near somebody. All right? After his match that he lost at the pay per view, he lost. He got on the mic. He said some. He said he said some stuff to the fans, and he he talked about AAW and what what he's been able to do and everything, right? And then at the end he said fuck Boogie T. Now, once again, this is the second time he's done this. Like called out Boogie T, but not in his face. And Boogie T already said the first time, like he met up with Swerve, and Swerve didn't say he didn't have that same energy. So there's that, right? Right? And then here's all I'm gonna say about Swerve. He you know ever since he got paid, right? And I get it. You want to protect the protect the share that's paying you, right? But ever since he got paid, he just running out the mouth about the about and whoever else. Like the only positive thing I've ever heard him say is something about it's something to I mean, the only positive thing I've ever heard him talk about is Shawn Michaels, and who else? Who else? He talked positive about Shawn Michaels all the time, right? He talks good about Roman and Cody, right? But and then like recently he said some off the wall shit about CM Punk and Cody about them doing the AEW made them more valuable when they became free agents. I guess. Now I don't know about the CM Punk part. Maybe Cody. I can maybe, maybe. Even though, when before Cody went to AEW or made or helped AEW be a thing, the E wanted him then. Now, whether you want to believe that Cody wouldn't have been champ right now, if you just would have went back then, eh, that's a whole different story. All right, but they wanted him then. They knew they messed up then with him. Okay, so ever since Swerve got paid, he's been saying some out of pocket shit, you know, and it don't mean it don't mean anything because AEW still not doing on what he was doing 2 years ago, you know, and then you got these bullshit rumors about how they're making even though I watch AEW on Max, but still, like, you got these rumors that 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 they're getting a million more viewers like on the streaming service, and Tony don't even know that. Like, no one's giving them ratings. Like no one's giving them a good rating now, because if that was true, Max has the same thing Netflix has about what's been watched the most, like, during that week, and AEW's never on that. AEW is never on that. So like somebody lying. All right. And this ain't the shit on AEW, because I watch and I get upset with endings and it because there's certain wrestlers that I enjoy watching on AEW. Swerve's one of them. Samoa Joe's another one. MJF is another one. All right. Will Ospreay, who I think is the best wrestler in the world, which he say some out of pocket shit too. All right. But no, neither here or there with that right now. All right, let me talk about Raw right quick before I go. So I enjoyed the show last night. I did. I keep hearing that Seth is the third wheel in the situation, and I don't feel that way about Seth. Do I think he needs to stop wearing these outfits? Yeah, yeah. Like, last night outfit wasn't bad. It wasn't good either. It wasn't clean. Right? But I want to say this about people who get mad or say shit about stuff and what he wears. Dog, if you're gonna talk about stuff, then you gotta talk about Cody. Nah. Let me be clear here. Uh, Let me be clear on why I'm saying this. Now, Cody never wears the shit that's. Cody never wears the shit that Seth wears. No, no, no. Or not these flamboyant shits, or this stuff in general, right? But Cody wears a suit to the ring 95% of the time. There's some colors and everything. He's just cleaner when it comes to it more, right? And I know that's different, but still, like to say stuff like like, do I feel like he should tone it down something? Yeah, I do. But he can't be like. But then again, he can't be like Cody, because then they say that he's copying Cody, right? So, like, it works for him. It does, and some people just don't like different stuff. Right? But it works for him, and then, like, does it make him a bigger target? Yeah, it does. It does. Now, I will say this. I think I think uh I think Paul Heyman has to turn on both and go with Seth. I do. I think I think uh Heyman going with Seth is a better business deal. It's better for business because Paul's always there. Seth is always there. Like this should change his character in a good way. I'm not one of these fans or people who who just want stuff to change just to change. Alright, but I think Paul Heyman going with Seth helps. It's good for business. Now, what happens with Roman? Don't have no idea. But Roman don't need Paul. Just like Punk don't need Paul. But we can talk about this more on this episode, though. I just want to get that out there. Make sure you got like, subscribe, share. Make sure you got watch wrestling. Make sure you got comment. You know, make sure you got watch. This is the hired gun. God bless. Love you all. I'm out.